Hello everyone. It is finally the end of June. Yeah. And the way to end it, it's nice and sunny out here. I mean, I'm very sure the first couple of weeks have been just straight up gloomy, kind of depressing weather. I know that's how it always is in a June. Not necessarily every single year. I think every other year has just been like this, where it's so gloomy the first couple of weeks, and then the rest of the way is just flat out sunny as expected, because summer is already here. Yeah, so there is a lot to cover. I know it's been a lot that's happened this month, but first I do want to touch on the big topic of the day, which is the layoffs of ESPN. Man, Jeff Van Gundy, oh my god, that's a huge loss as a broadcaster. Longtime broadcaster, with being a part of the trio with Mike Breen and was it Mark Jackson? Man, watching all their games on ESPN or ABC, man, those guys were just a lot of great chemistry together. Just a lot of funny moments, and Jeff has said a lot of real talk. That's what I really appreciate about having Jeff Van Gundy. Having to see Jeff Van Gundy, apart from the fact that I've seen him as a coach for the Houston Rockets back in the day when Yao Ming and T-Mac were there, even before T-Mac became it. But yeah, that Max Kellerman, man, it's funny enough, I randomly got to watch his takes, some of his dumbest takes yesterday, and it's just sad to see him gone. And also, Jalen Rose, former NBA player, we all know when he was part of that Raptors team when Kobe just whooped him right there. Yeah, with the 81 points performance. Yeah, we will know I would forget that. I would never forget that even 20 years from now, right? Well, yeah, anyways, those big layoffs happening, it is just a start, but it's just part of what inflation is. It's very disappointing, very irritating. It's related to me and knowing where I'm at with this job still, but set that aside. There's our other highlights to cover. Yeah, I mean, Shannon Sharp, man, another big story right there, another big event when he left undisputed right after the day after the Nuggets won the finals. And yeah, I mean, yeah, speaking of, the finals, the 8th seed Miami Heat, not their typical 8th seed, and going into the finals for the second time with this core of the Jimmy Butler era, and facing the number 1 Nuggets. Yeah, the ratings might not be as good, but I would have tuned in to see how well the Miami Heat can do, because Denver was another big team. But they actually are a little bit better than the Bucks are, because they're more complete and they got just playing really good traditional basketball. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's sorry to see my guy Shannon go. I always love him to the fullest. Yeah, it's just sad to see him go. It's yeah, I remember those days, man. It's funny moments about Shannon, and yeah, it's just I'm gonna miss that man. One of the funniest I've ever seen, one of the most entertaining. So may his future be bright. He did say he's gonna go back in the morning show sometime soon. I don't know when that's gonna be, but I'll be tuning into that to see what he does next. I think he's gonna be on FanDuel. So yeah, I'll tune in for that whenever he comes on. So yeah, and then obviously I went to the coffee shop yesterday, one of the places I most visited, which is the Stir Roasted, and a friend that I met there, Katie, she is going through, unfortunately she's going to be leaving too. So many people are leaving, so many people have already left in my workplace in the span of 2 months. Yeah, anyways, Katie's going to be there to leave. I will miss her dearly. I'll make sure that me and Eugene will be able to visit her maybe one last time together before she does. It's just going to make me sad when she does leave, but her future is bright, and more power to her. She will always be a great friend, even though I met her last year. So I will miss her dearly. and Paula, another worker. Just sad to see her go too. She was one of the sweetest people I ever met in a workplace like that, even though she's been there for 4 years, going back to 2019 when she started. Yeah, and also, man, did a lot of basketball shoot-arounds. Shot a lot of threes. I was in this long road trip, you know, I've gone everywhere. La Mirada, Norwalk, Bellflower, Dana Point, Irvine, Gardening. Did I say Gardening Grove already? No, yeah, Whittier. Mind you, speaking of Whittier, I did Sam's birthday special. Not birthday special. Our 8-year friendship anniversary over there, special. And also did Mari's over there in Dana Point. And that was also special. It's just so much to say. I mean, I wish I could just say everything in detail, but man, it's just yeah, it's just crazy as mine. But you know what? I gotta say this. My June has been pretty. I think it's the only month so far this year that's been pretty decent for me. I'm serious, man. It's better. It's actually one of the better months. It was better than any of my last 5 months. Just to be quite honest here, I'm not saying every single one of those 5 months were bad. I just thought this one was fairly good. It was legit good. I had a lot of better moments, especially with my basketball shoot-around road trips. So I just thought a lot of different things just happened. And yeah, of course, my mom's surprise party was set up. It was very stressful, but it was well worth it. And check this out. Oh my god. I mean, she wasn't all that. At least she wasn't too emotional, but I mean, she got the surprise look. I was like, wow. Yeah, loved it. Also, I've forgotten the Transformers movie that I saw. You know, just and then you know, there's just a lot of great stuff that's happened this month. Oh yeah, breakfast only with Carlos, Prince Albert. Prince Albert Carlos, he lost his phone, but he still managed to somehow to make it on that day. So for one day, like, what the fuck happened to this dude? Did he wake up late or something?
I don't know if that's the case, man.
You know, but I'm glad I was able to make it, didn't miss out. So we got the credit for that. It's now 16 straight. And speaking of another historic streak, me and Eugene over here in the Habit. Yep, 19 straight now. 19 straight last day of the month hangouts with a friend or more. It's mostly been the Nutballers, and yep, he's a part of it. Last year I did tell him that, you know, in 11 of those 12 months he was in part of every last day of the month, with the exception of July. And this year so far, April's the only one that he's not in. So yeah, I mean, it was good to make that happen. And so yeah, again, there's just a lot of basketball shoot-arounds, and I don't know what else I might have missed, but you know, speaking of those basketball shoot-arounds, yeah, I did see some pretty interesting things, like that plane right here. Check this out again. I thought I was in a museum at first, but I mean, when was the last time I ever seen a plane model like right next to a park? I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, ever. But nevertheless, I love it. So yeah, anyhow, you know, it's just yeah, it's just I just feel like I did a lot, you know, even though it was just mostly solo. I've only done a few with the friends, and you know, but you know, Father's Day was pretty good. And you know, Abbas, I do want to mention before I close this, I hope you do get better. I know you had an operation on your lower area, wherever it was. I'm not really gonna mention it here, but prayers for a speedy recovery. And also another shout out to Mari. You know, I've seen you online on Monday, but I know you had a lot going on, and you weren't around all week last week. So I just want to say I really miss you, and hope you're well. hope you get to see all the stuff that I tagged you on, you know, for our friendship anniversary. I don't care how late it is. I just want you to see, because I tagged you in a lot of stuff, especially for the basketballs, shoot arounds. So please see that, because you know I love you, friend, and it's for you. You know, despite how much we fight almost every single day, I'm pretty sure all that's gonna turn around. You know, the longer that you're gone, you know, and that's why it makes our life stronger as friends. All right. I hope I have been able to cover everything. You know, I hope I didn't miss out so much. Again, it is a lot. I did have a better month. It is actually my first legitimately pretty good month. It's not that great, but it's good. I anticipate the same way for July. Obviously, 4th of July is coming, and you know, I'll be definitely out again on 4th of July doing another hike, and you know, you'll see it coming next video, and another basketball shoot around road trip, this time in Norwalk, will be coming soon. A couple of 100 games. Yeah, it's a whole lot going on. So I think this summer is going to be pretty good. It should be a lot better than last summer, but we shall see how things go. So that should cover it. I think I covered a whole lot on here. I hope I didn't miss anything else. I think I covered pretty much just about everything though for these highlights. So if I don't mention anything else, you'll probably see it in the actual highlights video. So enjoy what you see here, and I'll see you all in July. All right, take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is officially my last day at work. After 7 years, the train stops for Shannon Sharpe and Undisputed right here.
Surprise! Surprise!
So I got a close-up of this big old plane display. It's actually part of this park. You definitely see this in a museum, but I never thought I would see this in any park. It's so amazing though. Wow.
Hands on balls.
Yes.
sometimes in life she's more than just my girl. We're lucky enough to find I gotta tell the world